Oh. To remind you of some of the items that are back there. And these aren't just any items, these are items that I purchased myself. You would think that I would be able to get free stuff, but I don't. I pay for it like everybody else. So I saw the hat, and this is the first year that we've had this beautiful blue color, and they still have some gray. And I was thumbing through Matt's book on Wes Anderson. Do you know what has been one of the bigger sellers is 2 Weeks in the Midday Sun. And they said if you want that book, they have only a limited number of them, and they have what's left is out on the desk. So they said to announce that, because once those are gone, they're gone from here anyway. So 2 Weeks in the Midday Sun. Roger would be thrilled that you are buying that book. He did all of the illustrations himself, and we are taking, we're putting together sort of this art exhibit. We don't know if it's going to travel, of his photographs, because he was also sort of an amateur photographer, his paintings, his sketches, and some other things. And there we're getting, a museum is curating some of his collection so we can do an exhibit. And I'm hoping to have it here, somewhere in Champaign-Urbana, but other cities as well. It'll start in Chicago. I don't know when, but anyway, some of the illustrations that you see in 2 Weeks in the Midday Sun, you'll recognize later when we do the exhibition. Tonight, all of a sudden, it just seems like everything, the hat, because I really bought this because it reminded me of Roger, and well, this blue shirt didn't. This reminded me of me. But tonight we have a movie that is on his top 10 list of his favorite movies of all time. And I am so very thrilled that we have Angela Allen with us, but we're not going to introduce her yet, because we also have, I know another reason, everything is just so, Ebert right now, Roger, because we also have the Ebert Fellows, and they're so impressive. And I want you, it's a program that is started, Dean Jan Slater started it at what we're going to one day have, the Ebert Center. So I just call everything the Ebert Center. And we've been fortunate to have a good friend, Michael Phillips of the Chicago Tribune, as the steward of this program right now, mentoring the Ebert Fellows for the last year. And let me see. Okay, this is a lot to read. I think what I've told you, and I think with Michael Phillips, he's articulate, he'll tell you the rest. Why don't we just bring Michael Phillips out?
Thank you. It is a lot to read. I, on the other hand, will sing it. I'm going to sing it. I'm not going to read it. No, I'm not going to sing it. It's been great fun and a real challenge to start a program from the ground up with with the guidance of the College of Media and Jan Slater and Chaz, we started this inaugural Roger Ebert Fellows program with the intention of recognizing two really promising undergraduates, and then with the idea that we would really try to pass along a lot of Roger's own sort of precepts about and ideals about what it takes to be a good, alert, passionate arts consumer, arts advocate, and arts journalist and critic. And we didn't pick, the three or the two people we thought were the most, film-centric necessarily. We just wanted people who were sort of awake to all the possibilities that you should be at this age if you're at all interested in writing about the arts. The great news was we didn't just get two. We thought we can't pick. We got three. We got three. And I'm going to tell you, the three people I've been working with all year, and they're covering Ebertfest right now, and I'd like to bring these three inaugural Roger Ebert Fellows out. First of all, Ryan Lenzner-White. The second is Shalane Puglia. And third is Ashish Valentine. Okay, thanks. Get off the stage. Thank you. It really has been kind of a constant education for me just to figure out what is going to actually be useful and helpful. What I appreciated with the mentors and the teachers I had at roughly the same age, and you never lose that need for and that appreciation of any kind of mentoring. And I was lucky enough, like a lot of you, to know Roger not long enough, unfortunately, but to have, to come on to the theater. I came to Chicago as a theater critic and wanted to get back to my first love, film, at some point, and that happened, frankly, a little earlier than expected. I was thrilled to get the opportunity, and I still remember, and I still wake up screaming about the first time I tried to cover the Cannes Film Festival, which was like getting run over by the same truck 12 times. And I was I've told this before, I was on the curb weeping one morning, and Roger came over and said, have you eaten at all this trip? And you should probably meet so-and-so, and you're standing in the wrong damn line. And, and he was wonderful. He helped me. And so in practical ways and in philosophical ways and hopefully journalistic and artistic ways, thank you for what you guys have taught me this year. And good luck in the future. Okay. We'll bring the next three out. Okay, good. So we go off now. Thanks,
Michael.
Now we got three more. The new three are Joseph Longo, Mariah Schaefer, and Jason Yu. We met 10 minutes ago. I think they're fine people. And again, it was a lovely, we went in just as we did last year with the intention of simply two, but we got three, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to happen. And we'll be back, these guys will be back in about, a year from now, having just started to cover Ebertfest in as many interesting ways as we can. And I look forward to working with you this year. So thank you. Enjoy the third man. Okay. Okay. Oh, one more photo.
Michael.
Okay.
He'll tell us.
Do you have a 70-millimeter lens?
the class that's leaving this year, they have been so open and so receptive and very, very impressive. And you will be able to read, they're writing some articles for the festival, and you'll be able to read those at rogerebert.com. So I hope you get a chance to go on to the website and read their writing. Now I am going to introduce, well, not introduce because you know Nate Cohen, he's the festival director, but what I wanted to announce tonight is I've had some problems with my voice because of some allergies, and so Nate's going to be doing a little bit more of the festival this year. I've been trying to get him to do it for a while, and now I have a medical reason that he has to do it, so he can't say no. Starting tonight, he's going to introduce Miss Allen. So Nate Cohen, please join me.
It's nice to see a full house for an old movie. We decided to show The Third Man this year in part because there's a new 4K restoration of the film, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to show a film that Roger always wanted to show, and it's one of Roger's top 10 films of all time. And I was reading the review, which is from his great movies in the program, and discovered that, like Roger, I too first saw this film in, to quote him, a tiny smoke-filled cinema on the left bank in Paris. I saw a lot of films there in the 1960s, a lot of John Ford films, a lot of Howard Hawks films, and I also saw The Third Man. I think Roger did the same thing. It was an education because they actually showed these films in small theaters on a regular basis, and it was a tremendous opportunity that we both took advantage of. The Third Man is also a pretty special film to me because my father was born and raised in Vienna, and he would always talk romantically about the city, and The Third Man was one of his favorite movies. So I'm really happy that we're able to show the film here tonight. With us to introduce the film and to help talk about the film is Angela Allen. Angela Allen is a legendary script supervisor who lives in London and who has been working in the film business for 65 years, which is a long time. And we'll talk more about it after the film, but she's worked with directors like Carol Reed in The Third Man. She's worked with John Huston on all 14 of his films. She worked with Sidney Lumet. She worked with Franco Zeffirelli. And she worked with me on Zulu Dawn, which is a film I produced in South Africa some time ago. And that's where I first met Angela, and we've been friends ever since. So it's with great pleasure that I introduce Angela Allen, who will introduce the film. Angela?
Thank you very much. Well, it's a film that still plays in Vienna every week. I don't know whether it's 3 nights or 1 night, but certainly it plays every week, and it will continue, I'm told, until the owner of the cinema dies. So it is a legend, and we certainly didn't know we were making a legend when we shot it. But I would say to any of you who go to Vienna, take the tour. There is a tour called the Third Man Tour. Buy the DVD because it's got some very interesting things in it. Apart from the film, there's an interview with Graham Greene, the writer. And it's fascinating to see, with the the other documentary on it, how the city has changed from what you will see on the screen tonight. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Thank you.